Hi, I'm Kelly Kramer.
And I'm Scott Sipker. Welcome to South Central Iowa.
And our latest edition of Iowa Outdoors. Coming up on this episode of Iowa Outdoors.
We join in on a fun for all ages special needs experience at Camp Courageous.
Cast a line with disabled vets enjoying the amenities of Rathbun Lake. Hop on bikes custom built for any and all who wish to ride.
And explore another trail in a minute.
We'll have all that and more.
So sit tight. Iowa Outdoors is about to begin.
Funding for Iowa Outdoors is provided by the Claude P. Small, Catherine Small Cousins, and William Carl Cousins Fund at the Lincoln Way Community Foundation in Clinton County to support nature programming on Iowa Public Television.
And by the Alliant Energy Foundation. Many of Iowa's natural wonders you'll find on Iowa Public Television can be found in Iowa Outdoors Magazine, the Iowa DNR's premier resource for conservation, education, and recreation activities. Subscription information can be found online at iowadnr.gov.
The Iowa Outdoors are meant to be enjoyed by everyone.
Whether you're young or old, living with a disability or without, there are activities that all can enjoy.
On today's program, we'll feature stories of the avenues offered for all Iowans to enjoy the outdoors, starting with a very special camp.
A lot of us have great memories from camp experiences growing up, making friends, doing fun activities, and enjoying nature.
Camp Courageous near Monticello in eastern Iowa gives campers of all ages and all abilities a chance to get away and challenge themselves outdoors. It may look like your typical summer camp, but this special place, tucked away in the woods in rural Monticello, is anything but average.
I'm doing a gate belt, yeah. Whoa!
You're good, man. Camp Courageous is a year-round recreational respite care facility for individuals with special needs. It's a carefully controlled environment, giving campers the opportunity to forget about their disabilities for a while and overcome the limits those disabilities sometimes present.
They put you in this seat kind of like, and they just zip you down there. It's really fun. Really good time. It goes fast. So, yeah.
What we try to do is adapt everything, so almost everything the camper can do, no matter what their disability might be.
Absolutely. There are people who think, well, maybe this would be hard, but once you're in the atmosphere, that's sort of that can-do atmosphere, which is paramount in all camps, then it's all about how can we make it happen as opposed to, well, this is too much of a challenge.
Campers enjoy a wide range of activities during their stay. Hiking, canoeing, swimming, arts and crafts, camping outdoors, exploring nature, and several adventure activities like the zip line, Burma Bridge, and ropes course. Everything at Camp Courageous is challenge by choice. No one is forced to do anything they don't want to do, but their acceptance of challenges feeds personal growth and helps build self-confidence.
What's special about Camp Courageous is that everybody that comes to camp, it is our hope that they realize that they can shine here. They are going to have a successful experience. And so the program's designed so that they do experience success. And we're convinced that that feeling of confidence carries over to home environments, to relationships that they have outside of camp, to school, and to work environments. And so that's one of the big reasons I think campers come. And the second is, and perhaps this is more important, the connections they make.
There are many different kinds of camps throughout the year. There are week-long camps, some targeted to certain age groups, others to certain cognitive or physical disabilities like brain injuries or muscular dystrophy. There are respite care weekends that help give parents and caretakers a short break. Emergency respite care is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. There's also a travel program that takes campers to places and events across Iowa and even on international trips.
This is the one thing that they're looking forward to all year long, is coming to Camp Courageous, because the opportunity to kind of get out and enjoy nature, and also the socialization aspect of it. So you could be a person that maybe lives in Monticello, Iowa, and you might have muscular dystrophy, and you're the only person in Monticello with muscular dystrophy. You come to Camp Courageous, and there's 100 other people with muscular dystrophy. So as much as you enjoy all these activities and nature and everything, you have the opportunity to socialize with people with the same type of disability. You share a lot of the same situations in a beautiful environment that's just so natural and beautiful.
The camp served a couple hundred campers when it started in the early 70s. Now, more than 7,000 campers with special needs, ranging in age from 1 year to 105, visit Camp Courageous each year.
What do you think of it?
I like it.
What's your favorite thing you've done this week?
I like everything I've done this week. Everything I've done this week.
You know, some people are surprised because we do have campers with lots of needs. We have campers that use wheelchairs. We have campers that need to be dressed and fed and helped in every way. And so they're in a sling and hoisted up so that they can climb the tree. So some people are surprised at that. However, I'm happy to say that over the years, as a society, we're just more aware. I think all of us, when I compare to 30 years ago, I think some folks never really saw individuals with special needs out in the community. Now, most of us have a much better comfort level, and that's not only those of us that have family members or are in the field working, but just the general public, and so that's a great thing.
A lot of our campers are institutionalized, and they don't have the farming experience. They don't have the lake experience and canoeing and paddle boating and things like that. We try to use nature as much as possible because we want to, for so many of these campers, get them away from the institution and realize, hey, this is Iowa.
For many of the campers, this is the place, and certainly some of the adventure activities. This is the place where they can be outside and do things they're not going to do every other day of the week. It's their vacation. That's how it should be.
Camp Courageous operates almost entirely on donations. They utilize a lot of volunteer help, but there's also a dedicated, highly trained professional staff of counselors, medical personnel, and others who ensure quality care.
You know, it is tough for any parent to send their child to camp, and it's even much more tougher for a parent who has a child that has special needs, you know, because nobody knows how to take care of them better than they do, and we realize that. But it's reassuring for us to be able to tell the parent that, you know, we got this incredible medical staff with decades of service here. We got this incredible dietary staff, program staff, maintenance staff, and everything else, so they can be rest assured that their child is going to be taken care of in the best way possible.
Parents will say, oh, I'm glad I didn't see my child do thus and so, it would have made me nervous. And yet they're thrilled to get the picture. They know that that camper can kind of spread their wings without the sometimes overprotective attitudes that parents are more than willing to own.
One theme here is that people with disabilities and those without are more alike than different. Camp Courageous is helping ensure that everyone, regardless of ability, can enjoy the Iowa outdoors.
Well, I guess what I enjoy most is knowing that I'm a part of something that I think is a really positive experience for the campers.
We're only limited by our imagination, and I just see a lot of really great things happening in the future.
For many Americans, living with a disability is a constant reminder of pain and the seemingly random circumstances that can forever alter our lives. For disabled veterans, it can take on an entirely different meaning, such as sacrifice, service, and honor.
This nationwide community of servicemen and women prides itself on working together and looking out for each other's well-being. So every year, the Department of Veterans Affairs invites any and all disabled veterans to a week-long fishing camp to convalesce and cast lines.
We can't provide this type of environment in our healthcare system. You know, a lake, the peaceful, the calmness, you know, this is what a healing environment is for veterans, truly. You can just sense it in how they talk to you about it. You know, it's been a long winter for them, and this is what they think about, that they want to be able to come out here and not think about their disabilities or anything. They're just there, they're present, they're in the moment, they're able to really connect with themselves, whether it be their spirituality, just their health. It's just amazing.
So I reached down and
The annual Veterans Casting Away Disabilities fishing event is special. No matter if your disability is physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional, the calming waters of Lake Rathbun are there to provide relief.
It takes all year long to plan something like this and coordinate and get it together. It started some 17 years ago. We had a veteran that was in an electric wheelchair, very brittle, couldn't do a whole lot of anything, came into my office and said, "How can I stay active? Can you help me with that?" We put our heads together and we started a fishing event. Fishing is just a vehicle, getting the veterans out. They're not sitting on the couch. They're participating with other veterans.
From that very first meeting to nearly 2 decades later, veterans travel from across the country to take part in the event. An entire week reeling in fish, sharing stories, and simply enjoying each other's company.
Got it?
Veterans are a special group. There's a special bond between veterans, and when you add in the factor of disabled veterans, that circle gets even smaller, and that bond becomes even greater.
I had a veteran that kind of really summed it up for me, and I, his name was Lonnie Cunningham, a very special, dear friend to me. He says he spends 358 days a year being saturated with, folks staring at him, folks saying, "I'm the poor man, I'm a triple amputee," the poor guy. He says it just, builds up. But he says, for this 1 week, I am part of the norm. I'm part of the norm with everybody else, and that sets me free.
And then you're going to grab my feet, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're not going to go forward. We're just going to try to go straight up first.
Yeah.
Yep. You bet.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Take weight.
Okay, I'm going to come to you. I want to come to you, Al.
Okay, and then I'll step back.
You just hold on to my arm there. You got it?
Kenny,
I'm you behind me, Joe?
Yep, I'm up. A couple of friends I made last year worked me into the boat, so I got to go and be like one of the guys and just fishing all day.
Those seats are too low.
Yeah. I have the same problem. I don't have a kneecap in my right leg. So getting up past 90 degrees is not impossible.
Oh, yes,
I got
it
some
is.
throat
It's
cushions.
terrible.
I know it's hard to do. Everybody puts so much effort into it, but for a couple of hours, a couple of days out of the year, being disabled doesn't cross my mind. It's wonderful.
As veterans like Casey get to relax and focus only on fishing, event organizers work to make sure everything goes smoothly. Aside from 38 volunteers who offer a week of their time to provide veterans assistance, boats, tackle, and more,
Have a good one out there, guys.
the event wouldn't be the same without Veterans Affairs' key partner.
The last couple of years, the DNR has come on as one of our partners, and it's been a terrific relationship with those folks. And seeing those guys and gals come in and just jump in with both feet and help assist our veterans, it's been fantastic.
Castaways is our #1 event. We love hosting Castaways here at Hunting Creek Resort, and yes, we bring in staff from all over the state for a day to work with us. This area just will hold anybody. We want everybody to come down and enjoy our resources that we provide here for everybody. We have Korean War veterans clear down to groups of our age, of the 20s or 30s of veterans, and we'd love to have them, and hopefully they come back next year.
But working with the DNR has a distinct logistical advantage as well. Attending the 2018 event were more than 60 veterans, with roughly 20 in wheelchairs. Few locations have facilities that can house that many visitors with disabilities.
When we first started this event, our biggest problem was we couldn't find enough cabins or rooms that were wheelchair accessible. So when we started this little partnership with the DNR, they offered this area down here. We came down, took a visit. It's wonderful.
That's when we have the Hunting Creek Resort here on the Rathbun Lake. We have a great marina. It's all handicap accessible for everybody to come down. We have multiple slips for boats, and we have the staff to come down and help with this event every day.
All right, thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Staff are active. I mean, this is a busy week for them, and they're very excited about it. But they help them with their mobility needs, with making sure that they have the right fishing equipment, making sure they go to the right places to catch fish as well, because they want to make sure that they have all the hot spots. But I think what's important is that they truly care as well, and it's rewarding for them to see a veteran in a different capacity, in a different sort of environment once again.
While the veterans are certainly grateful, the fishing is definitely the main draw.
Right on cue for you. Oh, yeah.
That's a nice one.
Oh, my God. We got one, big one. Nice, Wally. Yeah. Jump right.
I love this program. These guys are great. They take wonderful care of us. This does so much for veterans. Brings out what life is about. Makes everything in life worthwhile.
I love it. It's real important for me.
Oh, work off.
It gets me out. That's all right. Makes me feel like a human being again.
You know, when you think about healthcare, what does the normal public think about? They think about in terms of a hospital or clinic or a doctor or whatever. Well, we have those healthcare services here for veterans if needed, but it's really an opportunity to be able to, address your fears that they may have or things that they've never done before. Here's an opportunity in a safe environment to be able to do something that possibly, is new to them. They have exposure to kayaking, to whatever they want to do. The staff's going to make sure they can do it.
We have 61 vets here. The youngest is 28, the oldest is 88. We've got spinal cord injured, we've got amputations, we've got traumatic brain injuries, we've got military sexual trauma, we've got folks with terrible PTSD. We don't use the disabilities as a catch-all with all this. If you're a veteran and you want to participate and you've had what we call life-changing disabilities, so no matter how small or minute you might think it's changed your life, we want to have you.
And if you know a veteran that would love this event but wouldn't personally reach out, Kurt and his team have gone the extra mile to get vets to attend. So next year, instead of letting that veteran simply watch their peers enjoy Rathbun on TV, consider pushing them to join.
We've had veterans that were in their homes for 3 years, and we physically went and got them and brought them on this trip, and now there's some of them sitting right here in boats that wouldn't miss it. So if you're sitting at home thinking, I can't do this. Can't is not a word in our vocabulary. Come down, check us out. You'll have a great time, I guarantee it.
Bicycling is one of those activities that provides either a rush of adrenaline or a peaceful ride down a comfortable path. But for those with limited mobility, it may seem this activity is out of reach.
That is, unless you can get your hands on the right equipment. In Jefferson, one company has been custom adapting bikes for Iowans of all abilities, ensuring the trails and roads are accessible to everyone.
Good morning.
By definition, a bicycle is a vehicle composed of two wheels held together in a frame behind one another, powered by pedals and steered with handlebars. But informally, the word bike is still referred to anything that's human-powered and pedal-driven, even if it's not on the traditional two wheels. Take Nick Bassett, for example.
So I have scoliosis, which is the curvature of the spine, and it was caused by a spinal cord tumor. Before I was in the wheelchair, because I used to be able to walk, I could not ride a bike to save my life. I tried on many occasions, up to even when I was 13, to try and ride a bike, and I could never ride one. And I had finally given up. I'm never gonna be able to ride a bike because of my balance issues, so why try?
It was an adaptive sports camp at the University of Northern Iowa that introduced him to hand cycling.
I tested one out and I loved it. It was a great thing to test out and ride. And within a few months, I had that first 7-speed, and I went on my first RAGBRAI, and I was hooked.
After riding 250 miles of RAGBRAI on his 7-speed, he quickly found the need for a bike with more gears. It was then that he discovered All Ability Cycles, a shop in Jefferson that provides adaptive cycling equipment for people with special needs.
Start pedaling. Doing the adaptive type of work, we're serving all types of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and Lou Gehrig's disease and autism. It's a broad spectrum of special needs that people have, and sometimes it's just somebody my size who doesn't have good balance and they want exercise. Up, up, and away. Unusual tandems, hand cycles, recumbent tricycles, that would cover a large amount of what we are providing to the public. What's fun is people walk in the store and they look around and they go, "You don't have any road bikes in here. You don't have any mountain bikes in here." No, we don't have those things. I repair and service some of the local bicycles, but for the most part, our business is the adaptive.
In addition to hosting test rides outside their storefront in Jefferson, John and his wife regularly travel throughout the Midwest to demonstrate and sell their cycling equipment.
Here's your brake right here, it's locked.
We dug through our archives to find footage of Nick testing out a new hand cycle, the one he would ultimately still use today, more than 5 years later.
Yeah, maybe a pad right here to give me some support in my neck. But other than that, I think it might be good. I'm here to test out a new hand cycle for myself. Is there any way we can get this to turn closer to my thumb so I can shift easier? Yep. I need something with a little more gears, a little more cranking so I can do hills easier. So this is a Top End Force 2 hand cycle. Think of it as a bike, but it's upside down and backwards. You pedal all with your hands. All the shifting is up here in the fingers. I've had it for about 5 years. I love it. This year, actually, I will be getting an electric assist to add onto my hand cycle. I've come to realize no matter how much I train, no matter how much weightlifting I do, no matter how much eating right I do, my disability will never allow me to gain the muscle mass to help me climb hills.
Now preparing for his 6th RAGBRAI, Nick regularly rides 25 miles a day on the High Trestle Trail, oftentimes with his training partner, Kyle.
This is my normal trail. It's the easiest one to get to, and it's the one I love the most. I mean, I've done other trails here in Iowa. I've done the Raccoon River Valley Trail, and I like that trail. But this is the one I've kind of memorized, where the inclines are, where the speed parts are, so I know when, so I can regulate my training to adjust it.
Nick considers RAGBRAI to be one of the most amazing experiences of his life. Each year, he rides with the Adaptive Sports Iowa team with dozens of other cyclists.
I hear lots of, great job, and keep it up, and there's lots of people that go, way to go, hand craker, and stuff like that, and that stuff's nice to hear. We're trying to make a statement that anybody can ride while we're riding on RAGBRAI, and, I think we've done that over the years.
With the help of All Ability Cycles and its mission to spread the idea that everyone can ride, Nick and other cyclists are able to enjoy the beauty of Iowa's bike trails right alongside everyone else. It's time for IPTV's Trail in a Minute, where we show you a first-person view of a different Iowa hiking, biking, or water trail each episode. It's an opportunity to relive a previous experience or plan a future adventure, and it's a pretty cool way to view the Iowa outdoors. Take a look. For adventurers of all ability levels, there are few better hikes than the Pine Lake Recreation Trail. Starting at the north edge of Pine Lake State Park, the Rec Trail will have you traversing just over 2 miles of paved path. While the trail does have a couple minor hills, visitors only experience a total elevation change of 79 feet, a gentle stroll for even the most novice of hikers. Following the edge of both Upper and Lower Pine Lakes, as well as passing by 3 spillways, you'll find more than enough venues to stop and take in the scenery. After taking a dip in the lake, should you feel the need to extend your stay, Pine Lake offers a plethora of campsites as well as cabins. As we reach the end of our hike, the trail leaves the state park. If you're not ready to make the return trek, know you're only a few steps from downtown Eldora. But should you turn around, Pine Lake's hike back will not disappoint. That wraps up this episode of Iowa Outdoors. We encourage you to get outside and enjoy Iowa's parks and recreational opportunities. If you're planning any outdoors travel, check out our extensive video archive of adventures at iptv.org/Iowa Outdoors.
While our episodes will continue to bring you outdoor adventures over the Iowa airwaves, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for extended features and extra content. And feel free to tag Iowa Outdoors in your online posts. Who knows, you might make it onto the show. For now, we'll leave you with more images of Iowa's outdoor environments.
Funding for Iowa Outdoors is provided by the Claude P. Small, Catherine Small Cousins, and William Carl Cousins Fund at the Lincoln Way Community Foundation in Clinton County to support nature programming on Iowa Public Television.
And by the Alliant Energy Foundation. Many of Iowa's natural wonders you'll find on Iowa Public Television can be found in Iowa Outdoors Magazine, the Iowa DNR's premier resource for conservation, education, and recreation activities. Subscription information can be found online at iowadnr.gov.